Hey guys, welcome in this new video. I hope that all of you are doing great. In today's video, we will take a look at a trade that I closed today on AUDUSD and that ended up in great profits. So let's actually get right into it. So just before I start, if you are not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you do that so that way you are sure to not miss any new videos coming out. So as I said, today we will take a look at a trade on AUDUSD. So here is the profit first of all that I posted on my Instagram. So if you guys don't already follow me on Instagram, well, you can do that just right here. But basically that was a pretty good trade. As you guys saw, I made a pretty good profit on that trade, and that was a really short-term trade. Normally, as you guys know, my trades will go between few days and few weeks, but this trade went on for less than 24 hours. So I took the trade last night and I closed the trade around 2 p.m. I think today. So it was not a really long-term trade. I did not have any long-term vision on that trade, and you will see why when we will jump on the chart. But basically my initial plan was for it to be a short-term trade, and that's what it ended up doing, and it was a pretty good trade, as you guys saw. So let's actually jump on the chart right now. As always, I will show you guys everything about the trade, so the overall analysis, the perspective that we had on the trade, the scenarios, the entry, the stop, the target, all of those things. So let's actually jump right into it. Okay, so we are now on my chart. Let's take a look at this trade. By the way, if you guys would like to learn more about how we trade, work with us directly, and also join our trading group, make sure that you check out the first link in the description box below, and it will bring you over to my website, which is my trading course, and there you will find all the information about how you can join us. So let's actually get now right into the trade. So as always, let me show you guys the overall view of the market. So let's go on the daily. Actually, we'll see better. Okay, perfect. So on the daily, as you guys can see here, we broke this low right here, which is something that is very significant for us, and the way that we trade in Reversal Master, that is something that is really important to us, because we think that there is a possibility on the very long term that we see one more move up like this back to these levels. Now it's not a necessity, but it's a possibility, right? It's important to understand the difference between those two words. But basically, before that we see the upside, we are getting a correction, and this is where we have been trading for a few weeks now. We are still within the correction, and it could get a lot bigger depending on what pattern it makes. But what we know is that we have this impulse and we have this correction right here, which is where we have been trading now for quite some times. So when we go on the lower time frame, well, what we got first of all is we got this impulse, we got this nice correction here, and we got this impulse. Now around those levels there was a possibility of this breaking out right now. Is this possibility still exists? Maybe. That is possible according to what we see on the chart and the way that it's developing. It's not something that is impossible. Technically it could be possible. Now I don't think that this is the main possibility. I will not go further into that because, as you guys know, I need to also keep a lot of things for my students. Obviously they always have the priority, so here I'm just trying to give you guys a overall understanding of what we do and how we trade. But basically we have the possibility right now to see some more upside here, or just develop into a bigger correction. Now as you guys heard before in the video, that was initially a short-term trade. That was the plan of it, and that is what it ended up being. So all of those more long-term forecasts that I'm sharing with you now, they don't really have any impact on my trade. It's just to help you understand better what is the chart being now and what is actually happening on the market. Now when we go on the 1 hour, this is where the trade took place. So first of all, we got this nice impulse, 1 2 tree correction, right? Once again, it's not a 1 2 3 pattern. Just because we have 3 waves doesn't mean that it's a 3-wave correction, right? It's also a very important distinction that we need to make when it comes to understanding those patterns. And then we got the next impulse up, and after that you see here that we broke out of the trend, which is something that is also significant for us. But basically, after breaking out, right, with this down move, we waited to see what was going to happen, because there was a lot of different possibilities of how this could play out depending on what structure it would make on the higher time frame. Then what we saw is this up wave here. So you see that it's just, it went back down pretty deep, and we also went back up pretty deep. So that was just a pullback here that we got. And then this is where the trade happened. So I knew that this was probably not over, right? And there is a very specific reason for that, but we knew that this was probably not all the pattern that it would do, meaning eventually we would get one more down. And as you guys see, well, this is what happened. So basically we got the pullback, as I said. Yesterday I took the trade yesterday night. So I took the trade when we broke out of the trend. And to make it very clear as well, because I know that it can be confusing sometimes when I just show you guys my trades. I don't take trades just because of my lines, right? So when I say that I took the trade when it broke the trend line, the word that I used is when, not because, right? I did not take the trade because of the line. I took the trade when it broke out of the line, and that is a complete different understanding of what we do. Anyway, so we got after that this small breakout here, we got a small pullback here, and when we broke out of the pullback, I took the trade. I think it was around those level right here. I could have taken the trade a little earlier, but I wanted to wait for another breakout within this pullback to see the downside, because it would give me a just higher probability of actually being right. So the entry was around here. My stop was above the last high, which is right here. So nothing really surprising. There were other places where we could have put the stop. We could have decided to place it just above the pullback, for example, or even above this level. Considering what I was seeing on the market and the pattern that I was looking for, that was definitely the best choice that I had. So that was the entry around here. The stop was around those level, and my target was around this low right here. So I had different possibilities of where I could have taken my profit. One of them was to wait for the market to basically break the low and then see what it does. But I ended up taking my profits a little earlier, which I actually made a good decision, I think, on that, considering how it's developing right now, because I took my profit around those levels here. So you see that I basically got out of the trade and it went back up straight after that. Now, just this little up move right here doesn't mean that it's totally going back up, right? There are other different possibilities of how it could develop. For example, we could get another type of pattern here, and then we could see some more downside. Once again, it depends on what is the overall structure doing. Another possibility that we know is that, as I said earlier, this could break out. Now, it doesn't mean that it will break out. It doesn't mean also that it will go down. It could do a number of different things as well, other patterns that it could develop. One of the main reasons as well, which I guess you can kind of tell right now that I got out of the trade, is because we don't have a very clear picture on the higher time frame. As you guys see, since the beginning of the video, I'm showing you a lot of different scenarios, a lot of different possibilities, and the reason why is because we don't have a clear picture yet. We don't know yet what the market will do because we're missing information, right? And just to make it very clear, this is a very common situation, right? The market is not always telling you one straight direction. Sometimes you need to wait, few days, few weeks to get more information, and then be able to make a more precise forecast. So when I show a lot of different scenarios, when I show different possibilities like that, it means that on the higher time frame, the structure is not clear, and because of that, well, there are many possibilities that we can expect to happen on the market, which is also then a reason why I decided to get out of the trades. There were also other reasons, but those are more for reversal master, because they are more advanced stuff that we do only in our trading group. But that's basically, you know, the idea of the trade. I think it still gives you guys, you know, a good idea of what we were looking for. We saw the overall analysis of the market, the different scenarios, the entry, the stop, the target, how the trade evolved after taking it as well, right? You see that it went very fast, as I said at the beginning of the video, because I took the trade here, and the drop was, you know, pretty much instant. We did not really get any other pattern. We got a small pullback here, but it's very, very slight. So that's not really even what we would consider being a correction within the movement down. That was pretty much it for the trade breakdown. Overall, that was not a really complex trade. It was just a matter of, you know, understanding the pattern, understanding how it works, and also when to get out of the trade. That is also a very key element to our trading. So that was the trade breakdown on AUDUSD. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope that it helped you and that you learned something from it. If you did, please share this video around with other traders. I would truly appreciate it, and that way you will also maybe help other people that, you know, don't already know about those videos. All right, so thank you so much for watching. Take care, trade with care, manage your money well, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.